Hey everyone, welcome back to another Mattel Hammond Collection review. Today we take a look at the newly released Atrociraptor Ghost. This figure just recently released from Target. I pre-ordered it I think a couple months ago, and I'll leave a link down below in the description if you want to order this from Target yourself. And another interesting thing about this figure, the Atrociraptor and the baby Triceratops started randomly showing up at Ross, which is a discount store, and a lot of people, where Rosses are found, have been finding these figures for around like $6-7. So you might want to hit your local Ross if you're trying to hit these down. But the street date has passed, so you should be able to also easily find these in your local Targets. So let's just take a quick look at the packaging. Top of the box is the Hammond Collection logo. Window box display for the Atrociraptor. Here's Ghost on the front. And then spin the box around to the side. We have a nice promotional shot of the Atrociraptor Ghost figure from Jurassic World Dominion. And the back of the box, we get more product shots of this very cool looking figure. Absolutely digging the red eye on this figure. And down here we have always our little caption on these Hammond Collection figures. Atrociraptor Ghost in his pack. Chase Owen Grady, Claire Daring, and Kayla Watts through the crowded streets of Malta, trained to attack on command. The Atrociraptors are unrelenting as they put their speed to the ultimate test. And I absolutely did love the Atrociraptor sequence in Dominion. One of the very few parts of that movie I did enjoy. And then down here, the other figures available wave, the Triceratops, Scutosaurus, and Allosaurus. A lot of people were kind of concerned about the Scutosaurus because it was available on Amazon, and then it sold out, and it's been coming here and there, back and forth. They did not know if it was going to be available on Target, and currently it is available on Target, so that is good news. It's not going to be another Pyroraptor situation. So enough about the packaging. Let's crack this figure open and take a closer look. And here's the Atrociraptor on the packaging, and this is a fantastic looking figure. Ghost has a very simple color scheme, just white with some dark markings, but there's a lot of subtle, hints of shading throughout the figure to really give it much more definition. The red glass eye looks absolutely fantastic. For some reason, the Scutosaurus and Ghost here, the glass eyes have improved drastically. Still not completely sold on them, but if it continues like this, I will be very happy with the glass eyes. Yeah, just all around great looking figure. As you can see, it has awesome balance. It has all that fun Hammond Collection articulation, and yeah, just really digging the Atrociraptors, especially in season 2 of Chaos Theories. It actually made the Raptors scary again. Ever since Jurassic World, I feel like the Raptors have just been dumbed down to almost pet status, and then we get the Atrociraptors, and they are absolutely terrifying with their cunning and intelligence. And I'm glad to see the Raptors brought back to the scary horror levels they should be since the first Jurassic Park movie. And for some measurements, this figure is 8 inches long from the tip of the snout to the tip of the tail, or 20.3 centimeters, about 4 inches tall to the top of the head, or 10.1 centimeters. So the Atrociraptors in Jurassic World, just like the Velociraptors from Jurassic Park, are upscale versions of their real-life counterparts. So the Jurassic World variant of the Atrociraptor is around 12.8 feet long, or 3.9 meters. So I put this figure somewhere in the 1/19 scale range. The real-life animal was around 6.6 feet long, or around 2 meters. And now let's take a look at some of the finer details on this figure. At a quick glance, this just looks like a generic version of the JP Velociraptors, but the Atrociraptor has a much shorter, boxier looking head, which slightly differentiates them from the JP Velociraptors. And the head sculpt is pretty much movie accurate. It's cast in an off-white color, lots of nice scale detail all over the head. The red eye looks absolutely fantastic in pretty much any light. Just the way my studio lights are set up right now, it's making it look a little bit dead inside. But yeah, that red glass eye is definitely an eye catcher. Some dark markings along the snout and the back of the head. For the teeth in the upper jaw, those are rubber insert teeth. It's great to see that on figures of this size. The lower jaw teeth, those are still painted in. Hopefully, they fine-tune these smaller figures and we get, those insert teeth on the upper and lower jaws. Going down to the forelimbs, you have some, dry brushing of like a light brown coloration to kind of break up all that off-white color. The hand claws are painted in a nice dark glossy black, and then going down to the body, you can see some little osteoderms peppered throughout with some dark markings along the back and along the thighs. Going down to the hind feet, same thing, you have that transition of that light brown coloration to break up all that white with the sickle killing claw and the toe claws decked out in that glossy black paint. And then going down to the tail, we have more of those markings going almost down to the tip of the tail, because sometimes Mattel likes to skimp out on the tail paint and either not paint the tails or just do about halfway, so it's nice to see it continuing almost to the tip of the tail. For articulation, the mouth can close completely flush and open up about that wide. There's some resistance right here. You can't hyperextend it where the gums come past the jaw like on some of the other Hammond collection figures, and you do have a joint at the back of the head right here, allows it to rotate. It gets some up and downward movement, and you have another joint back here. And working those two joints together, you get some nice side to side movement, and you get about that much downward bend on that lower neck joint. For the arms, there is a hinge joint. They can swing out, and for the elbow joints, you get about 90 degrees of bend, and they can extend out that far. Really, really hope we get some tooling that we can get some wrist articulation on these smaller figures. It looks thick enough. I think Mattel can pull it off. I mean, look how scary the joints are on the Pyroraptor in the elbow, so I think they definitely can do that. And for the back legs, you get backwards and forwards movement, and you get a little bit of a hip pivot to help with stability. And for the knee, you get a decent bend at the knee, and that's how much it can extend. The hind limbs are on a hinge joint, and they can rock back and forth, and they can also move back that far and up about that far. And then for the tail joint, bendy wire tail, standard for pretty much any Hammond collection figure. You get some nice side to side and up and down movement on that ball joint. Moving on with comparisons, here it is with the Jurassic World Dominion Sonia Santos figure. Did not like her character at all in Dominion, very two-dimensional, mad scientist villain. Glad they expanded on her character much more in Chaos Theory Season 2. Actually starting to appreciate her character more now. Next up, here it is with the old mainline Atrociraptor Ghost, and what a night and day difference. These mainline figures usually cost, around like that $10, $12 dollar range, and just look at the difference what a $15 Hammond collection figure does for this particular dinosaur. The white looks so much better, just better paint apps overall, and of course that superior articulation. It's kind of crazy when you start comparing these $15 figures, to the Strike Attack line, which are very, very close in price point right now, and just a night and day difference between paint apps, sculpting, and articulation. Next up, let's compare the Atrociraptor to some of the other raptor species Hammond collection figures. First up is the OG one, the JP1 Velociraptor. And what a night and day difference between the engineering between these two figures. Pretty crazy what a few years into a line can do to make figures look so much better, especially on the teeth. Look how bad the teeth look on the Velociraptor compared to Ghost. This Velociraptor definitely needs a redo. And of course, it's going to get Mattel to buy us more of the same figure. And of course, the biggest difference is the clown shoes feet on the first couple Raptor releases versus the more proportionate feet on these newer releases. Like I said, night and day difference. Love seeing these improvements in the line. Next up, we have Velociraptor Blue and the Pyroraptor. Both these figures sport most of the improvements seen on the new Atrociraptor. Blue has the glass eye, but it did not have the insert teeth. Delta ended up getting the insert teeth, but you can see, there was improvement on the size of the teeth. They don't look as bad as the JP1 Velociraptor. And I really thought Mattel was going to finish the Raptor Squad before they moved on to the Atrociraptor Squad. And right now, we have, 2 releases from the Raptor Squad and 1 from the Atrociraptor Squad. So I'm sure those will probably get finished up some point in 2025. And lastly, here it is with the last couple of Hammond collection releases, the amazing Allosaurus and the Scutosaurus. So yeah, so far for 2025, the Hammond collection is off to an awesome start. And from what some leaks have shown, looks like we're getting Spinosaurus and Stegosaurus sometime this year. And I am super excited for the Spinosaurus. So, final thoughts on Atrociraptor Ghost. This is a great figure, especially for $15. It absolutely blows away the mainline release, as it should, since it's a Hammond collection figure. Just the use of that off-white and the shading throughout really makes this figure pop, especially that red glass eye looks absolutely fantastic. Like I said, no complaints about this figure. It is definitely well worth the $15. And like I said at the beginning of the review, link is down below in the description to order this figure from Target yourself. So that will do it from the review. I'm doing my best to catch up on all the backlog of reviews on this channel. I think I've been doing pretty good the last week or so. Just a few more things to catch up on, and I think we should be good. So stay tuned for all that. And as always, if you're enjoying the content on this channel, show your support by hitting that subscription button just below the video. Each subscription helps out the channel tremendously and is greatly appreciated. And I'll see you guys for the next one.